questions for Abby Beeman.
Abby, just the success as of late, you've gone on a run now. What do you attribute that most to?
I think that, we just don't give up. I think you've probably heard that before, but, we keep putting ourselves in these holes and we're finding a way to dig ourselves out of them. But there's going to be games where that's probably not going to be the case. So, we got to get better starts coming up in these more important games. And, hopefully we'll keep having success, and I think we'll have even more of it if we can get a better start.
Has this team really come together? You don't have one player that's really the only leader on this team. It feels like someone is ready to step up when someone else isn't able to maybe get it done.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think it definitely makes it harder to guard as well. We don't have to key in on just one or two players. We have plenty of people capable of stepping up and hitting some big shots for us, and some people have done that as of late.
Talking about making comebacks. All right, you were down 17-4 at the end of the first quarter of your last game. How do you guys able to keep your heads up and continue to fight in a game that looked like it was already getting out of hand?
Well, I think now that we've done it a few times, I think that's given us confidence that we can dig ourselves out of these holes. But like I was saying, it's going to be harder to keep doing that coming up. So it's really important for us to score more than 4 points in a quarter and hold teams to less than 17 for, that example in specific. But I think, we have a good frame of mind, and we know we're always in the game no matter what. So I think that really helps us down the stretch.
Abby, does that bode well for your confidence going forward, that even though you do get behind, you get in adverse situations, you guys kind of rally around each other?
Yeah, definitely. It makes me think that, when we get in those situations, how could it be if we're up, at the beginning and we play well for 4 quarters, because we know that, we have faced adversity and we have dug ourselves out of these holes. So it's really exciting to think what it could be like if we played well for a full 40 minutes.
On the other side, have you noticed teams know your reputation? You get up, or you get behind double digits, you're going to make a run on them. Can you sense teams starting to tighten up in the second half when they see you all make that run?
A little bit. I specifically remember the Troy coach saying they're not going to give up, keep playing, and we weren't able to come back in that one. But I think teams are starting to catch on to that for sure, and that's why we do have to play well for 40 minutes.
Any other questions from online?
Just one more. Abby, can you talk about just the importance of these two coming up at home? Obviously, you want to hold serve. It's getting late in the conference season. These are pretty massive games, aren't they?
Yeah, every game from here on out is pretty big, and Thursday's a big one because it's our next one, and I think that if we get these 2 wins under our belt, we could maybe move up in the conference a little bit, and that be the same thing going forward.
Any other questions for Abby? All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Statement from Coach Kemper.
Yeah, we've got a big week this week. We've got 2 home games. Coastal Carolina on Thursday. A couple great promotions, I think. Thursday's our education day, so it's a 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. tip. We will have some educational programming and some area schools that'll be here at 11. I think that I'm not great with dates, but I would say this is our first one of these we've done probably since the year of COVID, probably. So I think it's obviously something that a lot of women's basketball programs do. We want to get back to doing it. So if you are an elementary school and you're not coming this year, get ready to get there next year. But we're excited about that. We'll have to be up early and ready to go, which we practice in the morning, so you would hope that that's not going to be a thing. So we got that Thursday, and then we have our pink game on Saturday, which definitely that is that's the biggest promotion. That's the biggest date in women's basketball. Supporting KYOW cancer research across the country. So that is something that our university and our program has participated in since I've been here, and that's another important day. So we'll be wearing some pink and raising some money for that cancer research. So I believe, and I don't know if it's been put out there yet, there will be a social media post where you can go on and participate with there's a made 3-point promotion, so you can donate per made 3 to be part of it if you want to participate. So those 2 things going on this week. It's 2 good basketball teams, Coastal Carolina, Texas State. Coastal, I feel like Coastal Carolina played us they really got after us down there. I don't think that we had a very good performance. I thought they were very physical. They did a great job of getting the ball to where they wanted to. I really thought they controlled the game from the tip. So we're going to have to be much better on Thursday at 11 a.m. If we want to feel good about the Coastal game. And then Texas State, both these teams were in the Sun Belt last year, so we don't have a lot of familiarity with them. Texas State was really highly thought of going into the year, and I think that they've proven that that's accurate. And so they've got multiple good players. I think they're big and physical. So we will have to be, on it twice this week. Two important games, as I think was alluded to earlier in Abby's questions, and we'll have to play well twice.
Where's your focus this week, being successful?
Well, I mean, you try to just win one game at a time. So right now it's Coastal Carolina, and both teams have a little bit of film from the last game, so we definitely have got to go back and have a look at it. We've got to be got a really good post player, Asia Blunt. I think it starts from there that we've got to do a better job on her than we did the first game, and that we couldn't guard the ball the first game. So I don't know if that's I don't know if that was our lack of defense or that's a tough matchup for us, but we have to guard the ball better. So across the board, I think our post play has got to be better from a defensive perspective, and so does our guard play. So, we play well when we guard, and so I think it always starts there for us. And so we're kind of looking at that, and yet I know that they're going to try to make some adjustments too and change some things on us as well.
How about Coastal? Defensively, they forced 17 turnovers per game, and you guys had about 14 or so last time you played them. How critical will it be in Thursday's contest, ball security?
Yeah, I think it's always important for us. I mean, we always try to be a low turnover team, and I think that's something that this team has improved on through the course of the year. We handle pressure a little bit better than we did. Every team has its spurts where you kind of get sped up, but generally speaking, I think our organization and our ball security has gotten better. But it's important every game, and it's not going to be any different Thursday, Saturday this week. So we'll have to do a good job of taking care of the ball. We've got to get it to spots that we like, to create advantage for us, and that's always a difficult thing to do. They'll be trying to keep us away from that. They'll be trying to force us into shots we don't like. And so, I think ball security and shot selection is always important.
Questions from online?
Hey, Tony, first of all, how's your blood pressure through this win streak? But second of all, what has this team kind of revealed about itself to be able to, to overcome adversity time after time and come back? I know it kind of stresses you out, but it's better than the alternative, right?
Yeah, I'll answer your second part first. I think obviously they don't panic about what they have going on. I do. I definitely panic on them in the first couple huddles. But I think they obviously, at some point in games, they do kind of level off and I don't know if it's they're too amped up, they're not amped up. I don't know what the beginning is. I do kind of look at it right now like sometimes I feel like free throws, it becomes a mental thing, right? And sometimes I think there's a fine line between, I think we have good players, we have to start better. I don't know that I can just continue to dwell on it to get it any better. Like eventually you got to get your chin up, you got to stop worrying about that, you got to go compete, and somebody's got to stick a couple shots, you got to get a couple rebounds, and here we go. But I think that we have made some good comebacks. There's not a person that watches us that don't think we need to start better, and we're trying to do that. But sometimes I also think that I'm kind of at the point now where I want to stop talking about it because it's not me talking about it hasn't helped either. So we've got to get over that. We've got to find a way through that, and hopefully Thursday's a little bit better at the beginning. My blood pressure through it, I'm usually so frustrated by the way we start that my blood pressure's fine by the time it gets around and gets close. It's I've gone through the wave of emotions, and now we can just watch basketball and coach it. So I like their resiliency. We have been big, we're clearly resilient in small game situations. I also know this team was resilient in big picture situation too. We won our first 2 games. We got in a stretch which included the Coastal Carolina trip where we didn't have results, and they were resilient through that too. So you hope you teach some life skills every once in a while. They've learned that, so I do appreciate that from them. We will need it again down the stretch. We play some fantastic teams down the stretch, and I think that starts this week. It will continue through Pensacola. So hopefully we've grown, and we can have some good results.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you.
See you guys this week.